Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. For some reason, I seem to be having issues. With the website. But it's not on my end, it's on the website itself. I'm working on it though. All right. Well, we're working on it. Good morning. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning. Happy Tuesday morning to everybody. For some reason, we're having some bad issues here with the website. It's not on my end, it has to do with the web service itself. So there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Give it another few minutes. It might work itself out. I don't know. So, good morning. Good morning, Brian. We are live on TikTok and YouTube at the moment. Sheila's on the website with no problems. Okay. Well, I'm having some issues for some reason. So some of you may be on the website and some of you may not be. It won't let me log in for some reason. Not sure what's going on. Andre, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's nothing on my end here. Everything seems to be running fine, but for some reason, um, the website is being wacky and it's not letting some people in. There are some people on the website. If you're on the website right now watching us, would you mind chiming in on TikTok and or YouTube and let us know that you are on the website and everything's working? Anthony says it's working for him. All right. Well, for some reason, it's not working for everyone. Website is not working. Hmm. Yeah, it won't let me log in for some reason. So it's obviously the web service itself that I use. It's not me. So I guess I'm just going to keep trying off and on here in the next few minutes and see if it'll let me log in. Oh, you have it now. Okay. Well, I'll keep trying. For some reason, it just will not let me in there. All right, so we're going to go to there. It finally let me in. All right, let's see what kind of lag. 15. This is a first time doing this mobile, so there's going to be some glitches. Eight, 29, 53. Give me just 1 minute. Okay, I've got about an 8-second lag on there. Robert's got a 30-second delay. I've got a 5-second, 8. I've got about a 9-second. Anyway, good morning and welcome. We are live from the RV this morning, trying to make this work. Like I said yesterday before I logged off, please be patient with me on this first go around, maybe the second go around, while I work on my settings. I'm working with a little bit different Wi-Fi speed here than normal, so I'm trying to work out whatever glitches I can here. But unfortunately, this techie stuff is beyond me. All right. "28 seconds. That's not good. 28-second delay is not good. All right, let's see what kind of press releases we got here. We're definitely going to have to work on this delay situation. And I will continue to work on the delay situation as we go here. Yeah, I'm running about a 10-second delay. I don't know what you guys are running, but all right. Let's see what's running here this morning. KITT, obviously, that one's up 28%. Pixie's up about 32%. So we'll keep an eye on our 7 o'clock news dump. If you're having too much of a delay and it's just not working for you, Steve's got a 28-second delay. Wow. That's not good. Let's change this. All right. I just changed my, Brian's got a 5-second delay. That's not too bad either. Well, we'll continue to work on it as we go and hope it works itself out here. Like I said, this is the first time doing it from the RV, so just please be patient. until we get this thing figured out. Doing the best I can here to shorten that delay time. I've got it down to about a 9-second delay. Steady Freddy says it's about 7 seconds for him. Good morning, T-Bird. All right. Kathy's got about a 5-second delay. Wow, we've got quite a discrepancy here. We've got some people that have a 5 or 6 second delay and others that have a 30-second delay. So I'm not, if anybody has any clue on what would cause that, by all means, chime in. All right. So we've got about 1 second here, or 1 second, 1 minute, and we're going to get our first round of at 7 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. For all the new people that are joining us on the website, my deepest apologies for this snafu here this morning, but it's our first time going live in the RV. Good morning, Fernando. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. We are live on TikTok and also on YouTube. So if you got a delay that just is not working for you and it just is too much for you, pop over there to TikTok and YouTube and you can watch on TikTok. Everell, good morning. QSG. All right, 7 o'clock. I got nothing here. Let's take a look at QSG. Take a look at QSG. All right, here comes some press releases. ARCAT to acquire FlightWave Aerospace Systems. ARCAT, RCAT. ICU, Emerging Growth Company. Yeah, that's nothing. ATHA completes a cohort in a phase 1 clinical trial. 1-for-10 reverse stock split on CATX. CATX is doing a 1-for-10 reverse stock split. Emerging Growth, ASPI, conference, a lot of conferences. Another conference, KLTR. KLTR announces a $5 million stock repurchase program. And that's about it. A whole lot of nothing. We did get the stock repurchase program. That's moving up a little bit on KLTR. All right. KITT, oh, hang on a minute. CATX shares to be in trading on a split adjusted level on June 17th. RCAT pushing up just a little bit. Got quite a bit of delay here. Take a look at RCAT, RCAT. This one, this is the one that I read off just a little bit ago that says their letter of intent to acquire FlightWave Aerospace Systems. It's up to $1 now. The ask is at $1.02. So keep an eye on RCAT. KITT moving up. KITT. That one's moving up. Let's see. KITT's moving up nicely. KITT moving nice. Let's see. Okay. RCAT doesn't have a whole lot of volume on that thing this morning so far, about 14,000. Mikey took KITT, KITT, from 28 cents to 33 cents. RV is holding up nicely. Thank you, Ken. Thank you for the moderators over there on YouTube. I appreciate you guys knocking out some of those comments. All right, so we got really nothing too much here at 7 o'clock. CATX, again, on the 1-for-10 reverse stock split. Another press release on that one. I've got about a 10-second delay. KITT still moving up pretty nice. KITT really popping. 35, 35.2, 35. $35.15, $35.3. KITT's looking really, really strong here. Let's draw our trend line on KITT so we can keep track of this trend. There we go. Let's see how that one trends out. Robert's got a 31-second delay on his. Charles, good morning. You have a Class C Jayco. Nice. All right, you're actually 30 seconds ahead of me on my phone. I'm in the future. I'm giving you stock picks from the future. I don't know how my clock could be. They're all run off the satellite, so I don't know how my clock could be 30 seconds ahead. That's interesting. That is very interesting. All right, so KITT dropping now down below our little trend line. Take a look at ACAN, AKAN, please. Let's take a look at ACAN, AKAN. Popping. Got a nice little trend started here. Let's see if this thing holds up. AKAN popping up a little. TikTok is ahead of the website. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I've got quite the delay on. Let's see, stream output. Let me make a change on my settings here real quick and see if it helps. Really hurt, I don't know. All right. So we'll up the ante a little bit here. Almost afraid to refresh my screen. All right, let's see what we got now. Hit the refresh on your screen. I just made a change in my settings. We'll see if that helps or hurts. UEC, ACAN. Did you guys go check out ACAN? AKAN. And let's pull it back over here to volume. Kit still running up nicely. Let's change our trend line to follow the trend. Still trending up nicely. 28 seconds. All right. ACAN now up to 39.7. 39.7 on KITT. Hopefully you guys are banking on that. Hopefully. 39. Let's break 40 here real quick. We got some really decent volume on that 1 minute candle we're working on right now. 1.8 million shares traded on a 1 minute candle. Very. Robert, if you can, pop over to TikTok or YouTube. Doesn't seem to be much of a delay over there. Good morning. We just broke past 40 on KITT. Kit is just going crazy. 41.5 now. Still following our trend line. So we're still good if you bought in. If you're following the trend line here, hopefully you put a trend line on your chart and you're following that trend line and waiting for it. You're going to continue holding until it breaks through that trend line. Pulling back here just a little bit. Down to 39. Well, it appears some of you have like a 6-second delay on the website, which is about normal. And some of you have a really crazy delay of like 28 seconds or 30 seconds. I can't imagine why somebody would not have a delay and other people would have a huge delay. Seems a little baffling to me. If any of you tech gurus out there have an answer for that, we'd love to hear it. Let's move our trend line here just a little bit. Jeremy's in the 30-second group. I don't quite understand how somebody can have a 6-second delay and somebody else has a 30-second delay. That seems a little crazy. All right, KITT just broke through our trend line. Can you set your clock? Loud fan. Overly loud. Naven, I apologize for that, my friend. I wish there was something I could do about that. This is the fan you're hearing is the fan off of my PC. I don't have any fan running in the RV right now. But I'll have that fixed for tomorrow. I will have that fixed. Maybe we can try something like this. Maybe that helps just a little bit. Does that help just a little bit? Hopefully it does. Better? All right. Just had to move it away from the fan on the PC. I have to lay my phone right up against the PC. All right. Hopefully that works. Well, as you can see on Kit, if you're watching on the website, you can see where Kit broke down through that trend line. So hopefully you guys took your out on KITT. All right, so let's go back here to APCX announces strategic partnership with FISB Solutions to upgrade legacy banking system. So we got a little bit of a bump on that news, but there's no volume there. Still waiting on any news to pop up. Pretty slow morning here for news, unfortunately. The stabbing cabin. Yeah, we're getting quite a delay here on the live stream. Let's change our output again. QSG. Somebody's mentioning QSG here. Here's another press release. Class action lawsuit on MRNS. That doesn't help us at all. Can you see YouTube comments? Yes, I can. I just haven't been looking at them. Good morning. ACAN 291 to 321. Very nice trade, Kim. 23-second delay, getting better. All right, we're working on it. Like I said yesterday, be patient this first day. Be patient with me. I really appreciate the patience. This is going to take a little bit. The OBS studio that I use to create the live stream has a lot of settings, and you have to tweak all those settings based on your Wi-Fi signal. I'm going to look into getting a Ethernet cable, an Ethernet adapter for my Starlink. That way I can take an Ethernet cable directly into the PC, and hopefully that'll speed things up a little bit. So with any luck, that'll help. You got out just before it went down. Good deal. Bought the dip. Target $2.30 to sell on QSG. I don't know. That's another curious. That's a curious thing. I don't know how my clock. I don't know how my clock could be 30 seconds ahead of everybody else. Very, very odd. As we all know, these digital clocks on the computer run off of satellite. You can't fudge that. You can't reset that. It seems very, very odd how my clock could be 30 seconds ahead of everybody else. All right. So let's go back and look at our volume runners. KIT. Curling back up again. So if you're looking for a second go round on KIT, after we broke that nice trend, my clock on E-Trade Pro My clock on E-Trade Pro, Ryan, is exactly the time that you see at the top of the screen up there. It's with it second by second. It's exactly the same. GNFT. Take a look at GNFT. Looks like they got FDA accelerated approval on GNFT. I don't see that press release anywhere. It's on Bazinga. Got that news off of Bazinga on GNFT. They got FDA accelerated approval. That sometimes pumps the stock up, sometimes it doesn't. That's an odd. The GNFT news, they got one of their drugs got FDA approval, FDA accelerated approval. So it's only on Bazinga right now, apparently. But definitely keep an eye on it. I mean, let's look at the 3-month chart here. It's been climbing for a couple of weeks now. Not looking good right at the moment, but definitely keep that. And then we got KITT still trying. Not much of a trend going there. Not much of a trend, but it is climbing back up. There she goes. Kaboom. KITT again. Just broke over our previous high here in pre-market of 41.6. Now we're up to 42.5, and she's still going. She is still going. Where do we think this is going to go? This is up. We just hit what, 43 for a high. 1.9 million shares on that 1 minute candle. Sell order in for 48. Let's hope it gets up to 48. That would be phenomenal. Ryan says that news was on E-Trade about 14 hours ago on GNFT. The news was from last night. Did it move last night on that news? Not really. So the news, even last night, the news didn't generate any attention at all. So it probably won't this morning either, to be quite honest. I don't know. It didn't generate any attention or activity when the news initially came out, and it's still not. So I would suspect it's probably not going to generate any interest today either. KITT at 41. We're still watching for news to pop up here. Kind of a slow morning for news. Very slow morning. Yes, come on, Kitty. Get up there. Push up. Pixie's still up 31% from yesterday's close. CYN is still up a little bit. Diggity, good morning. Things went really well. I slept in the RV last night and everything was great. Got a great night's sleep. Got up this morning, made some coffee, and made some coffee. I even had my creamer with me. I got my Monsters with me, and took a shower in the RV. That was my first shower in the RV. Wasn't sure how that was going to go. I will say this. The shower in the RV is definitely a emergency use only. It is definitely a use the showers at the campground as often as possible, and it has nothing to do with the gray tanks, the water, none of that stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's just different. It's, the showers are kind of small. They're not terribly small, but plenty of room actually in the shower. I've got a pretty decent sized shower. It's just the water pressure is not great, and I don't know, it just feels different. It's just a different, but it works, and that's what matters. That is what matters. It works. All right, let's continue. Yes, and I had a hot shower. I have the water heater is an on-demand water heater. BNED successfully completes milestone transactions to significantly strengthen its balance sheet. So take a look at BNED. That popped up just a little bit here on a press release. There's nothing there. Reading through these press releases at 7:30. AgFy announces a $500,000 turnkey extraction equipment deal with Growtech Farms. Popped a little bit on the news, but there's no volume there. SOND announces amendment to financing agreement. So it came down a little bit. But we do have BNED here. Now it popped up from 13 to 15. It's back to 14. We'll see how that one responds. Brady's Island, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Yes, I am traveling. I'm headed north. Headed north up to Indiana. I'm going to visit my mom for a day. She fell at church, coming out of church, fell off the curb or something. Her balance is really bad, and she misstepped going off the curb, going to the car, and she fell and broke her ankle in like 2 places. And she had to have surgery to put some plates and screws in there. And she's at home recovering now. So I thought I'd pop down and visit and then pop back again, back home. And I figured I'd use the opportunity of going north to try out the portable system here for the website and TikTok and YouTube and see how everything works out being on the road, being able to do this from the road, get all the bugs worked out of it. And there's a lot of bugs to work out of this, as we can all see. But hopefully we'll get all the bugs worked out and we'll be able to streamline this and get it a little bit quicker on the website for sure, and see what kind of bugs I can figure out there. Yeah, I'm using Starlink right now. I've got a really great signal. The only thing I don't have with the Starlink that I have at home with my fiber optic there is a fast upload speed. That's part of the problem. I don't have a very fast upload. It's got great download speed on Starlink, absolutely, but my upload speed is a little bit shaky, and it's causing, I believe it's causing some delay on the website. I don't know that for sure if that's what's causing it, but I'm definitely going to be tweaking around with the settings on my OBS studio and seeing what I can do to fix it. So I'm going to get a Ethernet adapter so that I can do an Ethernet right from my router, my Starlink router, right into the computer and my laptop, and see if I can get a little bit faster of a upload speed. That should help a little bit. Bought GameStop at 39. Go back up, but it keeps dropping. Yeah, I read an article yesterday talking about the meme stock craze is over. Don't know if that's true or not, but it just seems like it will not die. I can tell you that. It just seems like it just keeps going and keeps going. We're down to what, $24 now? Almost back to that 20 mark where it started. What is the KO? It works awesome. My next stop, when we get done with the live here this morning, I'll be tearing down and headed off to the next stop, which is going to be in Corbin, Kentucky. Corbin, Kentucky. I don't know if anybody knows where that's at, but that's my next stop. What upload speed do you get? I think this morning my upload speed was around, I want to say it was, and I tested it 2 or 3 times. I think the upload speed was around 16 or 17 megabits. I think it's megabits, which is not very fast. BNED announces reverse stock split. Let's see. I don't see that news. All common shares. The only news I see on that one is the transactions. BEND keeps smacking 15, but it won't go above 15. 1 for 100. Reverse stock split. IMMR. Immersion and Barnes & Noble Education closes milestone equity and refinancing transaction. No volume there. $150 miles. Is that the birthplace of Colonel Sanders? Is that? Good morning, Silver Fox. Good morning. Yeah, we're going to be in Corbin, Kentucky next. Running a continuous ping to your website provider to help you monitor it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not terribly tech savvy. I don't know if anybody in my generation is, but I'm more of a plug in, play, click, make sure it works, and I don't know any of the technical stuff to tweak settings and all that stuff that's necessary. Sorry, the senior network engineer. Nice. Well, I'm going to have to look to you for some advice on some of this stuff. I'm going to start with getting, I've got a little tripod for my phone. I need to get that thing out and use it again. He was born in Henryville, Indiana. Oh, okay. So anyway, we'll be in Corbin, Kentucky. Hopefully the weather is nice. We ran into some bad storms coming up through southern Georgia when we first crossed over into, I say me, when I crossed over into Georgia yesterday, man, hit a storm that was unbelievable. Barely ceased. Traffic was slowed down on 75 to about 40 miles per hour. It was that bad. The weather, it was just insane. You could barely see the road. It lasted for about 30 minutes and then clear skies and not a problem. Still watching for news. It's just that time of the morning when we pretty slow here on news. But 8 o'clock is going to be rolling around here pretty quick. Trying a second round on KITT. Where are you now? I'm in Forsyth, Georgia. Staying at the KOA campground in Forsyth, Georgia. Pretty nice little campground. I requested a site that didn't have any trees so that I wouldn't have any problem with my Starlink. And they gave me a spot with no trees. I'm in the back. I am in the back of the campground out in the middle of a big field. They weren't joking. There was no trees. How far do you have to go from Kentucky to Indiana? That second go round is going to be probably about a 7 hour drive, I think. if I remember right. ACAN, let's see. ACAN moving again. ACAN is slowly trending up. Let's get rid of our old trend line. Let's start a new trend line. So we got a new trend line here on AKAN. Let's see if it continues to hold this trend line or breaks down through it. BWAQ. Somebody's telling us to look at BWAQ. So let's look at it. BWAQ got a little pop, got about 500,000 shares traded so far. BWAQ, this is Blue World Acquisition Corporation. A little bit of a spread there on the bid and ask. Don't see any news on that just yet. Let's see, what else? KITT, still coming down, broke through the trend line. As you can see, broke through the trend line and then just continued to fall. So that's why we put those trend lines up there. So we have a pretty good idea on our exits. KXIN trending up nicely. Up to 16, just a fuzz over 16 cents now. CMND News revolutionizes the $13 billion non-alcoholic beverage market with its psychedelic-based drink. CMND. Take a look at that one. CMND. It's popping up very, very nicely. Apparently they have some kind of new psychedelic-based drink. So we definitely need to all check that out. MGNX, nothing. Upcoming conference. GDTC. CMND. Victor got ACAN from 278 to 314. Very nice. Let's see. Yes, Jeremy, CMND popped up on news. It's back down now. It's pulled back to 114. We'll see if it continues up or down or where it goes, where it decides it's going to end up at. So let's keep an eye on it. Back to 135. Let's see if it keeps trending up. It's getting a decent amount of volume, but I see a lot of selling going on. A lot of people selling into the bid. I see you moved to your new setup. Looks nice. Yes, we are in the RV this morning. We are mobile. We are going mobile we're in Forsyth, Georgia this morning. And then when we're done here this morning, I'm going to be tearing down and heading off to Corbin, Kentucky. en route to Indiana. CMND has a 2.9 million float, so relatively. We'll see how that one pans out. It's still trying. If we can break past this 125, I think we're going to be in good shape. I think it'll get a nice little run up if it can break 125. It's having a heck of a time at 124. Here's 123. It's having a heck of a time. But tomorrow we'll do a little, I'll take a second to do a little inside view of the RV so you can get an idea of what we look like here. It's nothing fancy. Just a little 31-foot Class C nothing fancy, but it serves its purpose. Daryl Mixon, good morning. It's going great. Mohammed, good morning. On vacation. Well, not really vacation so much. I guess it's considered vacation. I'm on my way north to Indiana, northern Indiana. Gonna go up and see my mom, who she broke her ankle. So I'm gonna drive up there to see her and then drive back. It's gonna be a very, very quick trip up and back. But I'm taking the opportunity while I'm doing this to try out the portable live stream system and see how things go. Trying to work through the bugs here. Still have quite a bit of delay on the live stream on the website that I'm trying to work through. Hopefully we can get the bugs worked out of that. CMND popping back. TGL, we have news here, announces 113% growth in transactions for TAST, whatever that is, an innovation digital F&B management system. So that popped up a little bit on that news, popped up to $4. We're up to $4.10. Take a look at TGL. We've got news here. Let's see how that pops up. That is on our micro float list. Remember, micro float, that means it's got a less than 1 million shares on the public float. And we know what that can do. So take a look. Take a look. Yeah, nothing fancy, but I do have window treatments. Got a 22% rise out of my Buru, B-U-R-U. Very nice. Yeah, I have better window treatments in my RV than I do my office at home. That's pretty sad. TGL popping up nice now. Let's see if this can continue its little run. LASE highlights sustainability as factors in adoption of a laser cleaning system. That seems a little fluffish, if that's a word. TGL. I don't know how many of you took took a position on TGL, but I hope you're making some money on that one. Fresh coffee in the morning. Gotta love it. That's the way to camp. How many of you went and looked at TGL? Sean, I'm in the site. You're on the website, Sean? Pretty good size spread on that bid and ask, but she's still going. Jeremy's in at 410. Nice. 463. Well, Sean, we've got a little bit of a delay on the website, as you've probably noticed if you're watching on TikTok, but we're working on it. We're working on it. I told you guys last week to please be patient for this first go around. I got a lot of bugs to work out of the system. It'll take me a couple of days probably to get all the bugs worked out. And I think it's probably not going to get really worked out sufficiently until I get that Ethernet cable and try hopefully to increase my upload speed. Victor's got a 7-second delay on his. Glad to hear that, Victor. Very, very glad to hear that. Do you use Starlink? Yes, I use Starlink in the RV. So far, it's a great internet system. It really is a great Wi-Fi system. The download speeds, if you're trying to watch stuff on the internet or look stuff up, it's great. It's got a great download speed. Upload speed, not so much. Upload speed is pretty shaky. Billy, TGL from 462 to 472. Boy, right back down to 4. I don't think it's done yet, though. I don't think TGL is finished. The Starlink has been really good. It's been really, really good. And thank you guys for joining us this morning on our first live stream from the RV. I do appreciate you guys popping in and watching with us. Still waiting on news. We've got about 3 minutes here and we'll get our 8 o'clock news, and we'll see if we get something at 8 o'clock. Hopefully. But before that 8 o'clock news hits, I'm going to get me something here. You guys hang on just a minute. I'm going to scoot out of here and grab me a Monster. All right, we're back. It doesn't quite feel like a live stream without a Monster. Let's hear that. Oh, doesn't that just sound beautiful in the morning? All right. So we've got our Monster and we are ready to go. We've got about 2 minutes here and we'll get our first round at 8 o'clock of press releases. TGL starting to pop up again. and right back down again. Now remember, TGL has that micro float, less than 1 million public float, which means it moves pretty violently up and down. Going to see some pretty wild swings on that. So the best thing to do if you're interested in TGL is get the dip, hold it, and see if it pops 40, 50 cents and try to get out. If you take too big of a position on it, however, you may have trouble getting out. There's not a lot of volume on it today so far. So there's not a lot of liquidity there. So if you take too big of a position, you may have a little trouble selling all of them when you want to get out. Nothing like the sound of cracking that first monster open. What's the best runner for today for pre-market? Well, we've had a couple of them that moved up pretty nice. TGL took a nice little pop. I don't think it's done yet, though. It doesn't appear to be done yet. We had KITT, K-I-T-T. That one moved up beautifully this morning. CMND, that one is moving up again. We need that one to break over 122, though. Actually, I'm going to say 123. It's back up to 118. It's starting to trend back up again. If we can break 123 on that one, I think we're going to be in good shape. SXTP News receives FDA orphan drug designation. SXTP, orphan drug designation. It's a 42-cent stock. Check it out. SXTP. SXTP. Oh, boy, oh boy. That's nice. All right, here's some more press releases at 8 o'clock, but take a look at SXTP first. Let's see. TCON. Publication of its clinical research on phase 2. Take a look at that one. TCON, T-C-O-N. Take a look. POAI got a nice little bump on its news. TLSA, fast track designation for treatment of multiple sclerosis. So check that one out. TLSA. There's a bunch of them so far. OPTT completes delivery of its first set of new WHAM VS. So that's trash news. TPET completes first 2 exporting wells in Utah. That's trash news. So those first 2 or 3 there that I gave you and told you to go look at, the FDA fast track designation ones, check those out. The rest of these, I'm clicking through them. I've got about 18 here waiting to be checked. And so far, they all appear to be junk. With no volume. Starbucks. Love me a good Starbucks. I haven't had a good Starbucks in, boy, seems like over a week, 2 weeks maybe. I got out of the habit of going over there. Clicking on press releases, guys, but I'm not seeing anything other than the ones I already read off to you. I'm not seeing anything that's really bouncing. Everything's got zero volume on it. Clicking through them here. It's all fluff so far. Conferences, upcoming conference calls, class action lawsuits, a lot of junk news. CRKN moving up. Make sure you're checking out those ones that I mentioned earlier. CMND, SXTP. Let's see. Let's go back to volume. Now remember, at 8 o'clock, I say this every day, but I think it's important. For the newer traders, don't pay attention to those candles at 8 o'clock. You're going to see a lot of wild fluctuation up and down on the candles at 8 o'clock, and it'll last for about 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. But don't pay attention to that. If you see the candle spike up at 8 o'clock and then fall back down again, don't think that that's because the price is actually moving up. It's not. Take a look at the bid price and the ask price. Pay attention to that. Let's see. So we're going to keep an eye on SXTP. That popped up very, very quickly. And then right back down again. CMND broke its trend going up, but it's starting to pop up again. TPET completed 2 wells in Utah. Successfully completes first 2 exploratory wells in Utah. And it's popping up on that, which I'm a little surprised. That's pretty fluff news. Buck, good morning. Well, let's go back to what we know is running. CMND. That break of 123 is what we're looking for. It's right at 123. Right here is where this is the line in the sand, as they say, for CMND. We break this on good volume, and we should be off to the races. KXIN. Let's see what other news we've got popping up here. DO, investors to contact, so class action lawsuit. Class action lawsuit on ASXC. Class action lawsuit on GRTS. And class action lawsuit on TPSI. Boy, these lawyers are hot on the trail of some of these companies, without a doubt. Bagman got ACAN from 302 to 310. He got tired of looking at it. Yep, I do the same thing. I get thank you, Kathy, for that. KXIN moving nicely. It moved up really, really nice. From 16s to 22. I don't see any news on it, though. Woody Woo got KIXN from 17 to 22. Played that one just about perfectly. Just about perfectly. All right. Doesn't look like we have any more news popping up from our 8 o'clock go round. So let's go back to volume. KITT still coming down. CYN, KXIN appears to be having a little bit of trouble. What else is moving? Pixie, nothing there. CMND, we're up over that 123 spot that I talked about on CMND. And we did manage to pop to 134. It broke through that 123 and went up to 134 very quickly. It's back to 126. We'll see if it continues up. SHLS. SHLS. Share repurchase. I didn't have that on my watch list. $150 million share repurchase program. SHLS. Thank you, Ryan, for that. Did not have that one on my watch list. So I missed that one. So I'm going to have to now. So now it is on my watch list, so I won't miss anything in the future from them. FAT. Class action lawsuit. Thank you, Ryan, very, very much for pointing that one out to us. Damon got CMND from 112 to 125. Very nice. SHLS now at 737. A little bit of a spread there. Not a ton of volume. We've only got 72,000 shares traded on that. What's the float on that one? I don't have my float checker here in front of me on my portable system. I should have to work on that. I forgot about that. 163 million. My, oh my. T-Pet moving. This is definitely a group effort this morning. Heisenberg, no, I am not in anything this morning. I am 100% focused on getting my live stream to work properly. I don't, my mind is not on buying anything right now. I'm just focused on catching the runners and getting my live stream to work properly. We don't seem to be having too much trouble with TikTok and YouTube, but the live stream is having some issues. No, the website you still can't use. You can watch the live stream on your phone, but you can't see the chat. Not yet. That's a feature that the website provider that I use, Wix, that's a little extra that they don't provide, that they don't offer. So I can't put it on my website. If they ever offer it, it'll definitely be there. The thing about the TikTok and the, it's going from the live stream is going directly to their website in real time. That's why we don't have any troubles with delays or anything. On the website, I have to do a live stream on my website. I have to have an OBS studio, which is the platform that records and handles the actual stream. And it goes to that first, and then it has to go from them, that website, it has to go over to Wix, where my actual website is. And then from Wix, it gets uploaded. So there's a delay there from going to the OBS studio, it goes up to the internet. So there's a delay. Unlike TikTok, it goes straight to the website, or YouTube, it goes straight to the website. And that's why we don't have any delay on those. But we do have a little bit of a delay going through the OBS studio. And usually it's 6 seconds to 8 seconds. But now that I'm using this portable system, this morning it was quite a bit more than that. And I'm working on that part of it. T-Pet. Look at T-Pet. Wow. T-Pet. Anybody jump into T-Pet? That was the one that I said they completed 2 exploratory wells in Utah. It's a petroleum company. Anybody jump into that at all? That certainly seemed like fluff news to me. But it's done well. I mean, my gosh, it's gone from 23 cents to 33 cents. That's a nice climb. That's a nice percentage of a climb. 46%. What do you think of GameStop? Well, it appears that the GameStop frenzy is kind of over with. I've said a long time that it wasn't going to go back to that $80 to $100, $200 level ever again. There's going to be days of fluctuation. There's going to be days where it goes up $5, comes down $3 or $4, goes back up $4 or $5 the next day. It'll be a great stock for day traders to scalp off of, for sure. But to me, it feels like sort of the meme stock craze is kind of over with as far as GameStop goes. It might switch to another stock that becomes hot with the Reddit crowd and all that. But I don't know. I just feels like GameStop is, other than maybe a few times here and there where it goes up $4 or $5, it's pretty well over. But that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, TPET, exploratory, that's not even finding oil. That's just drilling some exploratory wells, and the stock goes up on that. That's just crazy. One for 15 reverse split. I never stay in reverse splits ever. I used to. I always took the risk of staying in, letting it split, and then hope that the price went up. But I did it 4 times ever. In my entire trading career, I did it 4 times. I stayed in with a split, and I got burnt 3 times out of 4. PSCA announces positive efficiency results from a preliminary, good grief, phase 1. PCSA, not a lot of volume, quite a little spread on the bid and ask, but they're announcing positive results. PCSA. PCSA. The wells encountered substantial oil-bearing pay zones. That's probably why it's going up then. So if anybody's playing TPET, I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, I think, let's face it, guys. When we talk about Roaring Kitty and that whole nonsense, he's not doing anything. And you mark my words on this. He is not doing anything for any of you other than maybe giving you an opportunity to make some money on a stock because it's going up. But he's not doing what he's doing to benefit humanity. He's not doing what he's doing to benefit anybody but himself. Never forget that. He's in this for him. No different than what you guys are doing. He is doing it for himself. If you're in a stock and you're sitting on a substantial amount of profit, and everybody on social media is telling you, hold, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell. Do you intentionally hold just because everybody else told you to hold? Or do you do what benefits you and you sell and take your profit? You do it for you. So you have to understand he's doing what he's doing to make himself money. If you make money in the process, then great. That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. But don't ever think that he is doing anything for other than selfish reasons. Trust me. He's doing it for his own pocket. Everyone else just benefited from it. KXIN still cruising. Sounds pretty quiet out there at the campground. I don't hear any noise. CMND still trying. Yeah, Hollywood, back to the subject of reverse splits. Like I said, I've gotten burnt 3 out of 4 times, and I just said that's it. I'm never going to do that again. Maybe if I'd have done it a few more times, maybe I would have gotten on the winning side of that. But it always feels like, and 3 out of 4 times for me proved it, after the reverse split, the stock price always tanks. It always tanks, never recovers to the levels that it needs to for you to get out with some profit. It just never seems to work out that way. So I quit doing it. And if I was in a position and they announced a reverse stock split, I immediately would sell and get out and take whatever loss I had. That's just me. But other people choose to stay in them. Some people like to buy it before the reverse split and stay in it. And I don't see the benefit in it. Did you have a campfire? No, I sure didn't. Look at TPET pushing back up again to 34. If it breaks 35, we are off to the races. Will it break 35, however? Janice, good morning. Good morning. Two Sports. Yeah, I'm having a tough day. Can you help me? Well, I hope I can help you. 35. There, we just broke 35 on TPET. Are we off to the races? 35.5. Come on. Can't be done at 35. Come on. Nobody wanted to pay 35 for that. Seems like nobody has trouble paying 34.5, but nobody wants to pay 35. Let's get it over 35. What do I think about TEL? Well, let's pull up TEL. Sitting at 90 cents. Nice run yesterday. Nice run Friday. Seems to be in Thursday. Is definitely trending up. If we draw a trend line on here, it's definitely trending up. There's no doubt. Let's take a look at the 3-month. It's going to hit some resistance. It looks like it's going to hit resistance at $1. So if I was not in TEL, if I was not in it, hypothetically, I would wait to see if it breaks $1. If it can boost above $1, which is a real psychological price point, if it could break through $1, then I might be wanting to jump in and ride it up a little bit. But it has definitely 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 5 days, it's been trending up, looking really, really good. It looks great, and it's holding above the trend line for the last 5 days. It's really looking pretty good. But I'd want to see it break $1. If it broke $1, it would grab my interest. If it can't break $1, it's likely to fall right back down to where it came from. And I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to buy it at 90 cents thinking it might break past $1, only to have it drop, and then I'm going to be stuck at 90 cents. And since that resistance seems to be right around that $1 spot, if it can break that on good volume, that'll prove to me that this thing's got some legs and there's gas in the engine and it's going to go. So I'd want to wait for that break of $1, but that's just an opinion. Reverse stock split on VLD. SHLS. Now this is the share buyback program, SHLS. Just going sideways. It popped up on the news and then went sideways. Here's some of our 8:30 stuff. SRFM. Take a look at that. SFRM. No, excuse me. SRFM. SRFM. Take a look at that one. That's getting a little bit of play here. SRFM. It's Surf Air Mobility Incorporated. Pali, P-A-L-I, got a notice of allowance for a Canadian patent. REBN unveils major expansion in China and Southeast Asia. REBN, Reborn Coffee. Take a look at that one. REBN. AISP announces 6-figure sole source contract award with the Department of Justice. AISP. ICU. Nothing there. And that looks, we still got about 10 more here to open up, but they're all apparently fluff. Technology. So I gave you like 3 or 4 there to go check out that had news on them, that looked like they were climbing on news. I don't know how long they'll climb or how high they'll go. But at least you got a very quick heads up on which ones have news coming out. Maybe put you a little bit ahead of the game from other traders. So now we'll go back and take a look. Boy, we've gotten 85 press releases so far this morning, and we've had a couple that had pretty decent news on them. ICU. popped a little bit. Here's another press release. DSX announces fixed income investor calls. REBN. Let's see. It's on our micro list. REBN, Reborn Coffee. Keep an eye on that one. Unveils major global expansion into China and Southeast Asia. Those are pretty big markets. Bought at 40 cents on Tel. Well, I can't tell you. I can't tell you when to sell or if you should sell. That's only something a licensed broker can do. But with a buy-in of 40 cents, if I had a buy-in of 40 cents, as long as this price holds up above 90 cents, I'd be holding. I would continue holding as long as the price was up over 90 cents like it is. And I'd probably, with a buy-in of 40 cents, I'd probably put a stop loss at around 80 cents. Because if you sell at 80 cents, you're still up 100% on your investment, which is pretty darn good. So I'd give it some leeway to fluctuate a little bit. But I definitely would get out at 80 cents if it drops down to 80 cents. That's what I would do with it. Hold on to it as long as it continues to trend up. Hold on to it. But I'd give it about a 10 cent. Based on the fact that you have such a good entry on it, I would give it at least a 10 cent fluctuation. At least let it come down to 80 before you hit the sell button. And like I said, even at 80 cents, you made 100% return on your investment. And that's pretty dang good. You can't do a stop loss outside of. Yeah, you can't do a stop loss. You can't set a hard stop during pre-market. You just have to do a mental stop. You just have to know where you want to get out and then hit the button. But your TELL, TELL, is still trying to climb, so I would continue to hold that. ATNM, excuse me, announced the results of Class A combination highlights. That's nothing there. AENT announces expansion of its current partnership with Fields Pictures Entertainment. It's fluff. TPET still climbing. TPET still blowing up beautifully. What did we say? If it broke past if we could get past that 35, we would see some fireworks here. And we are now at 40 cents. ADTX patent. ADTX. We got a patent there. CETY, Clean Energy Technologies affiliate, selected as USDA grant recipient. Vector got PCSA from 178 to 190. ADTX news. Predicted. I need a Proctor like you. 41, TPET 41. VCIG. Take a look. VCIG develop next generation AI computing data center for the next industrial revolution. VCIG. VCIG. Nice little press release, popped it up pretty decently. Got quite a few press releases here this morning, and some of them are panning out pretty good. TPET's done very well. AISP, NXGL, leading European DAO enzyme. That's junk fluff news. TPET, 39, 40. TPET still trying. TPET is still giving it the old college try. CMND coming down. VCIG coming down now. Boy, KIT's coming down. KXIN is coming down. KWE still trending up. AISP. TPET looking really, really good. AISP still pushing up. Now AISP, this is the one that we read off about 11 minutes ago. We read that off. That was, they got a 6-figure contract with the Department of Justice. That popped from about $3.10 when it started off, and it went up to $3.97. So it's pretty nice little run there. Alsman, good morning. AISP, big crash there. Big crash. DCPH completes a tender offer previously announced to acquire all outstanding common share stocks of U.S. biopharmaceutical company Despera Pharmaceuticals. Halted. So we have DCPH halted. One Pharmaceutical, I guess that's the name of the company, One Pharmaceutical, completes the tender offer previously announced on April 30th to acquire all outstanding shares of common stock of U.S. biopharmaceutical company Desphera Pharmaceuticals, DCPH. And that stock is halted right now. It's halted at $25, $25.59. So we'll have to find out when they're going to release that stock for trading. See if we can find some details on that one, how much they're being bought out for. So let's go back. TPET still climbing, got up to 45.76. Damon, round two on TPET, 38 to 45. $44.8, $45. Let's see how far this one can go. Robert, AISP from 351 to 365. Trade, Robert. TPET from 32 to 40. Very nice trade. Nice entry on that, by the way. Caught that dip beautifully. Michael got TPET from 33 to 39. Let's take a look at these press releases. TLSA, nothing there. AIP, nothing there. Let's look at our big volume runners. KIT coming down. KXIN still coming down. TPET up 103%. We just hit 47.5. TPET is just going crazy. TPET is going bananas. Oh, my goodness. That monster tastes so good in the morning. And once again, thank you guys on the website. Thank you for being patient as I work through the glitches. I told you there was going to be some glitches. I knew there was going to be Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will. And we've got some delay issues that we need to work on. But I promise you I'm working on it so that in the future, as we do this more often and more frequently, I'll be able to give you a little bit better of a stream that doesn't have such the delays on it. But as always, with any delays, if we have problems, anybody has issues with it, pop over to TikTok, pop over to YouTube, and I'll immediately log into those two platforms to make sure that you're getting the information. I won't leave you hanging. TPET from 32 to 40. . Where's his blue shirt? Record rate of colon cancer on energy drinks. Yeah, that could be. It's a good thing I got a colonoscopy coming up. They can check me out. I've got one of those coming up here in July, unfortunately. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. No, I didn't, Terry. I had a pre-screen. I had an appointment like 3 months ago. Was it 2 or 3 months ago? And it was just a pre-screening. Go in, talk to the doctor, and I didn't actually talk to a doctor. I talked to some administrator. But they ask all the questions. When's the last time you did it? And give you all the lowdown on what you have to do for prep and all that kind of stuff. And then they set up the actual appointment. So the actual appointment is coming up here in July. And that should be interesting. Yeah, the day before is going to be Kim. I went in to see him 3 times today. Nice. Yep. The day before is going to be interesting on the live stream. I'll tell you that right now. Not even going to lie. They gave me that stuff you have to drink and a couple of pills to take to flush your system. And I have to take it the day before. I have to drink half of it the day before, and then the other half 4 hours prior to my appointment. So that day before, I'm going to see if I can start the drinking process after the live is over with in the morning. But the day of my appointment, there will not be a live stream. There will not be a live stream the day of the appointment. But it's in July, so we got plenty of time. But definitely I'm not going to be able to do it that day. Yeah, I might have to mute the stream that day. Yeah, I'm not going to do one that day because I have to be there. I have to leave at like 10 in the morning, and I'm not going to be ready. Not going to be ready for a live stream. Price target change. Watching for news here. See what we get at 11 o'clock. All right. Can I tell you guys, with reference to PC correctness, you know how AC just kicked on. You hear that kick on? Pretty nice. We all know that PC correctness has gotten out of control. I think we can all agree that political correctness has gotten really, 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 really out of control, to the point where it starts being humorous and dumb. Yeah, it will be hard to make that drive after that juice, that's for sure. TPAT is just going bananas here. We hit 49. Hopefully you guys are making some bank on that stock. But here is the funny part. I find this humorous and sad all at the same time. And it gives you an idea of just how out of control political correctness is getting. I saw yesterday a news report from that there is a cancer organization up in Canada. They deal with cancer. They deal with patients. They are advocates of and help people. Primarily women. Well, hopefully, well, thank you, David. I appreciate that. That's different. Delayed audio. They put out a press release. This cancer organization up in Canada put out a press release apologizing for using the word cervix. They put out a letter about cervical cancer in women, and they used the term cervix several times in the article. Well, apparently that is not acceptable. Apparently, using the term when you're talking to women about cervical cancer, you can't use the word cervix because it's not inclusive, because it eliminates men who think they're women, who don't have a cervix, but they identify as women. So to use the word cervix is not inclusive. So they put out a press release apologizing for using the word cervix, and instead the correct term is front hole. I am not lying. I am not making this up. I promise you, making this up. I promise you, as I'm sitting here, I swear on a Bible. They apologized for using the word cervix and said it's called a front hole so that it's inclusive. This world is going bananas, folks. This world is going bananas. That's all I can say. PPSI. Check it out. $7 million order, PPSI. Check that one out, please. PPSI. LGVN. Phase 2 clinical trial, successful investigator meeting going on. Boy, that AC is too cold now. SC, now it says National Hurricane, nothing there. QB or OB. Curie announces share repurchase program. CURI. Share repurchase program. SGD. Safe and Green. Integrates Myvonia into the Zoom Home AI platform. Seems like fluff. GRI, presenting at an annual investors conference. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing. CJJD, which is China Jojo Drugstores, is doing a $3 million registered direct offering. Yeah, so anyway. Major mic problem? Hang on a minute. We'll see if that fixes the mic problem. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you that little story because it cracked me up. It made me chuckle out loud. Yeah, the fan noise is from my AC just kicked on. Must be warming up outside. It'll probably kick off here in a few minutes. But and if you think I'm kidding about that, story, Google it. I'm telling you, Google it and you'll see that I'm not joking. All right, we should have audio again. Should have audio again. Seems to be clear so far this morning. Nice RV. Yes, thank you very much. Hang on just a minute. Let me go turn that off. All right. We got that turned off. That's much better. All right. So let's get back to the news. It's much better when it's quiet in here. Didn't realize how loud that air conditioner was. You get used to hearing it all day long and you don't realize just how loud it is. All right. Are you out on the road? Yes, I am, Austin. I am in Forsyth, Georgia right now, doing our live stream. And as soon as we're done here this morning with the live stream, I'm going to tear down and hit the road again. And I will be stopping. The next stop is going to be in Corbin, Kentucky. Corbin, Kentucky. Stopping off at the KOA in Corbin, Kentucky. It's right off of 75, I believe. And I'll be staying the night there. And so tomorrow's live stream will be live from Corbin, Kentucky. And it should be pretty nice, pretty fun. Hopefully it won't take me as long to get set up tonight as it did today. Mark, 45 minutes from me in Corbin. Nice. Do you pull a vehicle? No, I'm not pulling my car. I just got the RV and I'm really new at this. And so I'm kind of a newbie at RVing. And I want to get used to just driving the thing first. I'm not used to driving a 31 foot vehicle. It's a little bit different. AFRM announced that payment products are expected to be available to Apple Pay users in the United States later this year. AFRM. Yeah, I was out looking at RVs. I got it, but if I decide to tow a vehicle, I probably will buy a Jeep. I'll break down and buy a Jeep, and then I'll pull the Jeep behind it. More than likely. I don't want to pull a trailer. I'd rather just have a little tow bar for the vehicle. And I don't want to have to put a tow bar on my BMW. Don't think I want to do that. Wouldn't mind doing it. Wouldn't mind doing it to a Jeep, but I don't want to put a tow bar on the front of my BMW. Don't think that would be very smart. Mercedes vans are really nice. Those Class B vans are really, really nice. I don't know what those cost, but they sure look nice. You look like a person who would have stock trading advice. Well, we're trying. We are trying. We've given you a whole bunch of them this morning so far. LGVN still trying. Let's see. TPET. TPET had an amazing run. Look at that run. It started off on that press release at 23 cents and finally hit 49. What did he hit? 49.04. Almost smacked 50 cents. Not too bad. I towed my Jeep, cost about $2K to set it up. With the tow bars and stuff, it was about $2K. Yeah, I'll do a little tour of the RV. There's not much here. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, expectations. I don't want anybody's expectations to be anything spectacular. It's not a big Class A. $150K and up. REBN. Let's take a look at REBN. Let's see. What was the press release? Reborn Coffee expansion. Let's look at the trend here. I think Reborn is going to be REBN. I think that's a good swing trade. Could manifest itself into a great day trade today if we get a little volume, and there's no volume on it right now. That's the problem. And it hasn't had a lot of volume on it. And if you look back on the last week or so, it's been averaging, 19,000, 120,000, 21,000, 30,000 grand total volume for the day. It hasn't been generating a lot of interest, but it has been climbing. So I think it's going to be, I think it would be a good swing trade, especially with this latest news of them expanding into China and Southeast Asia. I'd have to look at the financials on the company to know for sure, but it looks like it may be a very undervalued company right now, and I think it'll continue going. And it could turn out to be a good day trade if it gets some volume today and pops up real nice. But if not, I think it would be a good swing for a couple of days. market for 20 bucks. All right, let's. A toe dolly. Yeah, toe dolly might work. Let's go back to it. Sounds like somebody's fired up their unit and getting ready to pull out here. Looking forward to floating on a boat. Yes. You know, I've never done a cruise. I've been on a little casino cruise out of Cocoa Beach, out of Port Canaveral. Victory Cruises is what it's called. It's a casino boat. MULN getting a bump. MULN getting a little bit of a bump on a press release. Checkout today is at 11 o'clock. I have to be out of here by 11. So right at 9:30, I'm going to tear down, start the teardown process. And hopefully be out of here by 11 easily. And back on the road again. Yeah, Wolfpack Cruise. That'd be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. I've never been on a cruise. Any good news like that for AISP? Well, AISP is not giving up. AISP is moving up a little bit. It's holding pretty decently up in the 360s. As long as it stays above 360, I think you're going to be in good shape on AISP. As long as it can hold above 360, it drops below 360, and I think it's going to just get ugly. But it's maintaining pretty well. It did drop down to 157 a couple of times, but it bounced right back up again. So it looks like about 356 is a support area, 356. So for me personally, depending on where I got in, I guess, I wouldn't let it drop below 356. I would have my mental stop loss around 356, 355. Let it drop below 356, about 355, and then I'd take it out because I wouldn't trust it. But as long as it stays up here in the 360s, 365 area, it's looking fairly strong. Going to our first cruise to Canada next month. Nice. So we'll be tearing down and back on the road here this morning, heading to Corbin, Kentucky for our next live stream tomorrow morning. I need a mentor. I live in Dayton, Texas. Well, welcome, Dayton, Texas. AISP now climbing up for you, Ryan. Let's go back to volume. We don't have any more press releases here. TPET trying to climb back up. KXIN. All of our big volume runners are coming down, except for TPET. TPET's been holding up pretty good, above 40. Pixie coming down. KWE. KWE's trying. PCSA still trending upwards. Slow but sure. SRFM still holding up. It's always good to see them holding up when they climb up on news and then maintain that. That's always a good sign. A lot of these penny stocks in pre-market, they pop up really nice on news and then they crash, and we never know which ones are going to hold up and which ones aren't, but we've got a couple of them here that seem to be holding up pretty well. That's a good sign. TPET is one of them. TPET's still holding up there, 45 cents. I'd like to see that break 50 when the market opens. Thank you for hitting the follow button on TikTok. Very, very much appreciated. And also on YouTube, thank you for hitting the subscribe button. We've been on here quite a while this morning. We're going to be going on 3 hours on TikTok and YouTube this morning. A lot longer than we normally do. But since I'm having some technical difficulties with the live stream and the delay that we've got, it's mandatory for me to be here on TikTok and on YouTube for our Wolfpack subscribers, so that we're at least sure that they're going to get some quality call outs here in real time without the delay. So I will stay on TikTok and YouTube as long as necessary to make sure that all of our Wolfpack subscribers get these call outs. Now, if we get the live stream fixed to where we don't have the delay, we don't have the issues that we're having today, then we won't be on TikTok and YouTube as long. So take advantage of it. David, where's the end destination? Well, I am headed to northern Indiana. Visit my mom. She broke her foot about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So I'm going up there to visit her, and I'm just stopping along the way so that I can do my live stream in the mornings. And also testing out all the live stream equipment, making sure everything works and we're not having any glitches and any problems. And but I'll go up there and I'll visit her for a day or so, and then I'll be heading back. Now the trip back, I'm not going to be stopping along the way. The trip back is going to be a straight drive-through. I'll stop for gas. I'll stop here and there at the rest areas along the interstate and get out and stretch my legs and walk around, maybe lay down here in the RV and take a nap. But it's going to be a straight drive-through over the weekend. So I'll be back live from my office on the live stream on Monday. This next Monday, I'll be live in my office again. Yes, I stopped at Buc-ee's on the way here, actually. The very first Buc-ee's I ran into, I stopped for gas. And just FYI, I'm getting 8 miles to the gallon. Starbucks loading up. $8 miles to the gallon. Don't be jealous. Don't get very far. Well, you get far on a tank of gas. It just costs you an arm and a leg to fill the darn thing up. I think I have a 50-gallon tank. I believe it's 50. I have to double check, but I think it's a 50-gallon tank. I got a 450 Ford. It's a Ford engine, Ford chassis. Thank you, Bonfire Rob. Capricor Therapeutics announces a positive Type B meeting with the FDA. We got about 3 minutes till the market opens. Kit is climbing back up. Keep an eye on Reborn Coffee. Oh, let's see. Where'd that baby go? Not a lot of volume on Reborn Coffee, but it is creeping. So let's hope some volume pops in real quick. I don't remember what gas was. In Georgia, gas is cheap in Georgia. I don't know what Georgia does. I don't know if they eliminate sales tax, if the governor eliminates sales tax on gas in Georgia. But Georgia gas is cheap. Georgia gas is very, very cheap. All right, we've got 1 minute, about a minute and a half here before the bell. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with me. Everybody on the website, thank you for suffering through this with me. I told you last week that this first day is going to be very sketchy and there's going to be delays. I got mic problems. I'm using all my portable equipment, and it's just a matter of getting everything dialed in, getting it all tweaked in right, dialed in, and getting it to where it runs the way it's supposed to. It's all software generated. Everything is run on software. Nothing's hardware. So there's going to be software glitches, and I apologize for it, but I do appreciate everybody being patient and suffering through it with me for this first day or two. First couple of days tomorrow's probably going to be sketchy as well, but I'm working on it, and I do appreciate your being patient. As always, make sure that you pop in on TikTok and YouTube at 6:45, just like you do the website. Just in case you're having problems with the website, and I'm having problems with the website, we're going to at least be on TikTok and YouTube to be able to catch these things. So I'll be on TikTok and YouTube tomorrow morning at 6:45 a.m., just like I was this morning. So if you guys want to join us, you're more than welcome for these call outs. Love to have you. And thank you guys very much for being here with me. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I'm going to start tearing down, getting my campsite all closed up, get everything put away in the RV so I can travel and things don't vibrate off the counters. And I'm going to be heading off to Corbin, Kentucky from here. Got about a 5.5 hour drive ahead of me. Not a huge drive, but I should be able to check in around 6 or so, 6:30 maybe, and because I'm going to have to stop for gas along the way for sure and stretch my legs. But I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 6:45 on the website and 6:45 on YouTube and TikTok, and hopefully without any glitches on the website. We'll find out. We'll see. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning.